Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we bring you expert advice on how to navigate the Social Security Administration. Today, we're going to talk about Social Security disability claims and the best practices you should follow if you want to win your disability case. For this video, we have brought together the experience and knowledge of disability attorneys, former staff from Social Security, and even a Social Security disability judge to give you the best advice on how to win your disability case. Watch the entire video because I'm going to tell you what you should never say during your disability hearing. Let's get right into it. Now, from the moment you file a disability claim, you will need to wait at least 1 to 2 years before a hearing and a decision is made. So, during this time, you will want to organize yourself and get your arguments nailed down. The most important thing that will determine your chances of winning is your medical record. While you are waiting, it's very important that you continue to complete your medical record with facts, appointments, and diagnoses that will support your case. Do not start missing doctor's appointments or skipping tests or treatment. At your hearing, you will want to demonstrate to the judge that you are disabled and cannot work. The best way you do that is to have a complete medical record with doctor's notes, appointments, test results, progression of your condition, diagnoses from medical experts, and a pattern of follow-ups. Nothing says you're faking it more than someone claiming to be in pain but never going to the doctor. Even if you have been diagnosed with a disabling condition and have the records to prove it, you should not have a gap in your appointments of more than 6 months. So, while you are waiting for your hearing for 1 to 2 years, be sure to visit your doctor regularly and comply with all your doctor's recommendations. That means taking your medications, getting blood work, going to tests, and following up on all treatment options that your doctor has prescribed. If you show up at your hearing and in your medical record the doctor says that you did not take your meds as prescribed, or you didn't show up for physical therapy sessions like he told you to, it's going to work against your case. It's going to look like you are just faking it. Now, different medical conditions will have different outcomes during a disability hearing. Conditions that can be specifically diagnosed through testing or evaluations stand a much better chance of winning. For example, if you are claiming disability due to a spinal stenosis or pulmonary function disease, those can easily be diagnosed with some very specific tests. If, on the other hand, you are claiming you have fibromyalgia or complex regional pain syndrome, a CRPS, those are a gray area conditions where the testing is not accurate and evaluations are difficult to conclude. Basically, there are certain medical conditions that are like catch-all conditions. They are what your doctor will say you have if they could not find anything else wrong with you. Those type of conditions are the most difficult to win in disability cases. Next, you will want your doctor and your medical record to include work capacity limitations. That means your doctor should perform functional capacity evaluations and include those as part of your record. This is something doctors are not used to doing for every patient. It means that apart from your doctor doing a medical evaluation and giving your treatment options, they also need to include how your medical condition affects your work capacity. So you need to make sure your doctor knows that you have a disability hearing coming up, and they need to include in your file some evidence that you cannot work. This could include a test of how much you can lift or how long you can sit or stand. Doctors normally don't do this unless you ask them to. It means they need to translate your medical diagnoses into a work capacity document that Social Security can understand. So make sure you mention to your doctor that you need evidence of your condition in the form of functional capacity evaluations. They should know what that means. If your doctor doesn't know what that means or isn't willing to provide those, it might be time to look for a new doctor. Okay, so now that the 1 or 2 years have passed and your hearing is coming up, you need to practice answering questions that the judge will probably ask. Some typical questions include, how much can you lift? How long can you sit or stand? What physical limitations do you have? Be sure to tell the truth and not what you think the judge wants to hear. Avoid saying, "I never" or "I always do such and such." If you tell the judge that you never smoke, and in your medical record it says that you stopped smoking 15 years ago, that will make you out to be a liar. So don't answer in absolutes. Other question may include, do you drive? Do you do any cooking? Do you use a cane? Who takes care of your children? If you are a single parent with minor children and you answer that you don't take care of your children, then the judge will ask who does take care of them. So, be sure to answer truthfully. Be ready for trick questions. Those are questions that the judge already knows the answer to, but is only asking to see if you are telling the truth. If you say that you can't sit for more than 10 minutes before being in pain, but during the hearing you sat for 30 minutes without any noticeable pain, that's going to raise a red flag. One thing that you really want to avoid is even the hint that you are drug seeking. So many people are on painkillers, opioids, or sleeping aids that judges are looking out for people who just go to the doctor and claim disability to get a refill of pain meds. So don't mention any narcotic drug use. And lastly, don't go to the hearing with an attitude of entitlement. You don't want to be perceived as someone who wants to be on disability. You want to communicate that you want to get better and hopefully return to work someday. If the judge thinks you are just looking to be on disability forever and are not interested in returning to work at all, then it's going to make it harder to get approved. Okay, so just to recap, you want to have a complete medical record with no gaps longer than 6 months and a clear pattern of appointments and diagnoses consistent with your condition. Your medical record should contain some functional capacity evaluations that explain your ability to work or not work. Practice before your hearing and be prepared to answer typical questions that disability judges ask. And don't have an attitude of entitlement and desire to be on disability forever. Your desire should be to get back to work one day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can get more advice on how to navigate Social Security. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.